Hey guys, it's Grizly here, and welcome back to the next video in my A Noob's Journey sequence of videos. After last game where I beat the Elementalist, I'm up to skill rating 183. Hopefully I'll start getting a little bit tougher competition, start testing my new deck out. So obviously the reason I called this video Betrayed is because of my opponent, Boris Skullcrusher. For those of you who watched one of my earlier videos, you'll know that he is one of my he is my main hero, and he's the champion that I will probably be going into tournaments with. So this is a tough battle for me. Actually, it had a bit of a psychological effect on me, as I figured this guy would have all the same cards I did, so I was so worried about facing my own strategy and being unable to beat it that I got a little bit, I almost psyched myself out a little. So we'll see how that works out for me. So you see me immediately chuck away my regeneration card just because I'm probably not going to need it anytime soon. Um, Throwing away Shadow Font, maybe not the most advised move, but I thought it was the best card to get rid of. This is another one of those games where I face some really tough sacrificing decisions. Not sure what cards to get rid of, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So you see him out with that Puin Shield Maiden on the field. And yes, I love the name Puin because it sounds like poopin', but whatever. I know I'm mature. It's fine. And then he throws down 8 on the Brave. So the Boris Skullcrusher is really out to a phenomenal start. Immediately takes out my Pack Wolf. Definitely a rough entry for me. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be doing at this point. So now I face one of those tough sacrificial decisions that I was telling you about, where I'm really not sure what to get rid of. Ultimately, I decided on Rabbit Bite. Again, maybe not the most advised sacrifice, but at the same time, I think it was a good move. So I checked down my Keldor, and then I used my Moonstalker ability. This is what makes Moonstalker such a strong champion, is that by using that ability, I've saved myself for another turn from my enemy's attacks, both to my hero and to my allies, and it gives me a chance to rally some support for myself. So with his turn, you see him cast another sacrifice, up to 4 resources now, and he throws down a War Banner. This is the bread and butter of the Boris Skullcrusher deck, is just the War Banner, the 8 on the Brave cards, and just buffing up your army of allies to the point where you're just unkillable. So I drew a good card with Pack Alpha, and now I face a really tough decision. Every card in my hand right now is super useful. I don't want to get rid of any of them. But ultimately, I do decide to get rid of my Full Moon card. Right now, those Now Your Mine cards are just way too valuable with the army I know I'm going to be facing. So you see me use my Now Your Mine card to wipe out his 8 on the Brave, activate my Keldor's ability, and I wipe out the Shield Maiden next. Or Bloodhelm. Oh god, I've been calling it Shield Maiden, it's Bloodhelm. Oh well, I don't think the card minds. So I actually took a bit of a good counterattack lead here, except that Boris Skullcrusher's ability is about to cut my character down to ribbons. It's one of the things that makes Boris such a good counter ally deck, especially when the ally deck is reliant on low level creatures like shadow decks and the like. And it was interesting. I actually had forgotten that he was going to have enough energy to do this, which is surprising considering how much time I've spent playing as Boris. So you see my card get eliminated, and he now has a monster on the field. So once again, I'm behind without the mana I need to get a good card out, or to get the necessary combo out to kill him. So I decide to forego casting a monster and instead use another Now Your Mind card to eliminate his monster. So we're back down to the status quo. But at this point, I'm struggling to hold on. That Skullcrusher strategy of just getting out as many monsters as possible is proving to be an issue for me. And this is, I would say, if you ever see a Boris Skullcrusher come out, this is the kind of gameplay you can expect, which is just monster after monster, just a continuous stream of allies that'll get progressively stronger as the resources increase. So definitely plan on that when you're thinking about sacrificing in your card strategies. It's just you will be facing as many of those cards as you can, or as he can muster. So you see him cast that monster card. I forget its name at the moment, but it does eliminate one of my resources, which I can't really afford to lose right now. I decide to forego skipping my turn, take a look to see the attack strength, and I chuck down my Woven Tracker. And this is another good time to use my Moonstalker, because now I can't be attacked by his new monster on the field. But again, I'm definitely in a lower position at the moment. He's got that monster out, which has I believe it's a 4/3 or a 2 or a 4/3 or a 3/3 now. And it's really tough for me to see on my recording screen. And then he throws down his Dirk Saber, which with ambush, Dirk Saber is a very dangerous opponent. And without another monster card to drop down, I'm in big trouble because I'm relying on my one Woven Tracker to fight 3 monsters that are all pretty powerful. So I end up using my Full Moon card, and the reason, or I'm sorry, I used my Pack Alpha card. So I put that on my Woven Tracker, which is going to make him much tougher to kill. And then I go ahead and use my Tracker to destroy his Dirk Saber. So now anything he attacks me with will be counterattacked and instantly killed. So while I'm at a disadvantage in terms of ally numbers, I'm not at an advantage where my monster is stronger than his. Even so, if I were in his position, I would have definitely gone to kill my Pack Wolf. And now you see him throw down an Armored Sandworm. These things, oh my god, those sandworms are just the bane of my existence. They are strong, and both in health and damage resistance, which can make them a real pain if they get buffed up with something like Warbanner. So he makes a decision that I definitely would not have gone with, which is to go straight for my Moonstalker and ignore my Pack Wolf, which or my Woven Tracker rather, with the Pack Alpha on it. Definitely not the greatest decision, especially with me drawing Captured Prey. The reason that wasn't a good decision was because even if he had lost one of his monsters, killing my Pack Wolf, it would have left me with no monsters on the field to counterattack with the next turn, and he would have been in a much stronger position. So it's sort of foregoing the quick damage to draw out the long-term fight and hold his position. Now I'm in a position to counterattack, and he only has one monster that can attack now that I've neutralized his Sandworm, and I have 2 that are both stronger than his. So with that one move, you see me turn things around a little bit. I'm now in a much stronger position than I was. So you see him use his Boris Skullcrusher to destroy my Woven Tracker, which I have to admit that was a kind of a big loss. That was my leading attacker at the moment. My Big Bad Wolf, or my Bad Wolf, is definitely a strong monster with a 3/4 and regenerates a health every turn. But it's not the kind of card you want to helm an attack with. It's kind of the card that you want to use to supplement, stand as a strong left or right arm to your main attacker. So now you see he's trying to decide with his Sandra Trueblade here who to attack. He goes for my Moonstalker again. That time I would have agreed with that decision, just because attacking my monster would have just killed his. So now you see me get another Pack Wolf and Pack Alpha. And I do decide to put the Pack Wolf, or the Pack Alpha card on my Pack Wolf. The reason why is that I'm trying to spread my my strength around a little by having a 3/5 and now a 4/6 on the field. When his Boris Skullcrusher has another opportunity to kill one of my monsters, he won't be able to eliminate my easily strongest card. He'll kind of have to pick the lesser of 2 evils to stick around. So at this point, you see me take a decisive lead. I now have 2 strong monsters on the field, and he has none. He does manage to get out his 3/1, I forget the name of that card, one of his basic attackers, and I drop another monster on the field, bringing me up to 3 versus his 1 viable attacker, which is now eliminated. So as you can see, I have a very decisive lead at this point in the game, which actually he could have really stifled if he had just killed my my Woven Tracker with Pack Alpha on it early in the game. This would have been a completely different game if he had made that one decision differently. So now at this point he's struggling to keep up, and it's going to be very hard for him to turn this game around. It would take a Valiant Defender or a Rain Delay card, which most people don't keep in their decks. So sitting and waiting and trying to decide what to do. I'm really surprised by the lack of draw engine card. And there we do have the surrender. I think that was a little premature, but ultimately, you know, I mean. And, oh, no, my new rating is 183, so I'm up to 183 now. I think I was at 178 before, and I'll see you guys next time.